Welcome, welcome. So today I want to talk about setbacks and how to deal with them. So recently I had a setback myself. I have been doing infusions of what is more or less a chemotherapy every 3 weeks for 2 months now and continuing on until Christmas. And the reason for this is it's maintenance, preventing reoccurrence and things like that. And that medication has been reaping havoc on my eyes, as far as we know anyway. A couple of days ago, I woke up and I wasn't able to see, and that was terrifying. Now, I was able to see some things. It was just quite blurry. And when you go from clear vision to having a 3D effect and not being able to see things clearly or anything like that, a guy panics. And I panicked. And it seems, now we haven't confirmed this yet, but it seems that the medication is affecting my eyes. And for that reason, we will need to make some adjustments, or I will need to be on special drops throughout the duration of the chemotherapy. And we will be doing a bunch more tests, which could show that it's worse than we think. And that unknown is terrifying. You know, it's so scary to know that my vision has drastically decreased. We don't totally know why. We have suspicions. And it could get worse. And that setback has caused me to lose many nights of sleep, to have catastrophic thinking, fear that it's come back, fear that I'll lose my vision, lose my sight, all kinds of dramatic moments, looking at a sunset and thinking, oh, this is the last time I'll ever see a sunset, and all of those types of things. And what I want to tell you is that dealing with setbacks is not so much about the transcendence of that pain, getting to the other end. It is instead about the acceptance of the fear and of where you are. So what I mean by that is feeling into the fact that you aren't okay, and feeling into the fact that you need a night, or you need an extra dessert, or a drink, or whatever it is that you need in order to feel more comforted in that moment. Now, not to be confused with always being there, but instead to be very intentional about that time when you are feeling that setback. Be very intentional about allowing yourself time to be at peace with everything, and to be sad and to be scared and to do all the comforts that you need to have. And when that time has passed, a day, 2, 3, whatever fits for you, not to be confused with weeks, months, years. But when that time has passed, based on what it is that you're dealing with, to know when it's time to very gently dust yourself off with compassion and move forward in a persevering and energetic way towards your goals. Now, this is a concept that I was not good at. I very much so had the mindset of, well, just dust yourself off, Christine, and pull up your bootstraps and get going. You don't deserve this time to just sit around and be sad. And you're weak because you need to cry. Specifically weak. That was a big word for me. You're weak because you aren't able to move past this, because you had ice cream and emotional eating is bad and all of those types of things. And what I'm here to tell you is that is just not the case. You are not weak. You are human. And how I would reframe that for you is if a friend came to you and said, this is what's going on in my life. What would you say to that friend? Would it be pull up your bootstraps and get going? Or would it be comfort? Would it be making space for her? Making space for what she needs to deal with, the tears and everything. Then you might offer some sort of comfort, maybe an ice cream day or margarita. And then when she feels better, when some time has passed, that's when you would launch into the advice and the changes and the movements and the things that, you can do to improve upon this situation. That's what I would do with a friend anyway. If that's not what you would do with a friend and you would bootstrap them, then I think that's another issue entirely. But think about the times when you started to tell somebody what was going on in your life and you were feeling really sad, and they launched into advice mode. What happened? Your defenses got up, you couldn't see straight, and all you wanted to do was prove to them why you deserve to be sad, because you felt that what you said didn't matter to them, or that they were holier than thou, or that they didn't care. So I ask you, what makes you think that will work for you, within you? I promise you it won't. The more that you run from a situation, and the more that you tell yourself that you need to just do better, be better, the less you will be able to do those things. But if you grant yourself the time to be sad intentionally, and I feel I need to elaborate on that intentional portion. So when you are feeling really sad, it's not that you feel that you should be better, but instead you distract yourself with Facebook. The very minute razor's edge change of mindset that you utilize to make this a beneficial practice is the intentional time. And whether that be Facebook or whatever it is, it doesn't really matter. It's the fact that you chose an intentional period of time to allow yourself to be not okay, in whatever form that fit. And when that intentional time has passed, that is when it's possible for you to move on, pull up your bootstraps, dust yourself off, and do the thing that you need to do in order to move forward in life. For myself, when I found out about my eyes, I allowed myself to be not okay. I posted about it saying, that today is an ice cream kind of day. And the first thing that happened was I was filled with discomfort around the idea that I'm telling everybody as a wellness coach, that I'm telling everybody that I'm going to distract with food. And that made me feel ashamed. And thinking about it afterwards, once I composed myself from that, I thought to myself, you know what? It's okay that I'm going to distract myself with food. It is okay that I need ice cream, and today is an ice cream kind of day. And I intentionally sat. I walked down to the river, I found my favorite bench, and I intentionally sat and I intentionally ate my distraction ice cream because I can't see. And you know what? It was worth it, and it was awesome, and it helped because I intended for it to help. I chose something that fit for me and that made me feel better. So when you're in that same space, when you are sad, ask yourself, what would you do for a friend? I know that it seems impossible that you would be kind to yourself. But if you can do it for a friend, you can do it for you. It will feel uncomfortable at first. I know it. But that is a skill that we all need to cultivate, is this ability to be compassionate and kind to ourselves. We are compassionate and kind to others. Why can't you be compassionate and kind to you? So how do you deal with a setback? Allowing it to be okay. That's it. I do not have a 10-step process on how to be better, an action-oriented plan. I'm telling you that if you have a setback in your life, just give yourself some damn space to be not okay for a period of intentional time. This idea was revolutionary to me throughout my cancer. And every single time that I wanted to do better and be better, I was reminded over and over again by the most amazing counselors and friends and family to be patient and kind with myself. And we say these things to cancer patients and to pregnant women and to good friends and people going through transition and death and all of those sorts of things. But when it comes to, weight loss and jobs and parenting and all of those sorts of things, we don't give ourselves that same kindness and compassion. And I just don't think that's right. I just don't think it's helpful. It has never helped me, and I've been doing it for years. Every single time I didn't feel I was enough, I got mad. And getting mad got me nowhere. Every single time. It just got me more mad. Mad that I'm mad. Mad that I'm mad that I'm mad. And so on. So, when dealing with some type of pain, some type of setback, and some type of struggle, step 1, don't run. Allow it to be there. Maybe find it in a sensation. Is it pressure, pain? Does it feel tight? What does it feel like? Allow it to be part of your existence. Don't try to chase it away. It won't work. Any person with anxiety will tell you that the longer and harder you try to chase away the anxiety, the stronger the anxiety becomes. So step 1, make space for it. Be okay that it's there. Wrap your arms around it like a friend and give it the space that it needs. Step 2, offer it comfort. Offer yourself time, space, and comforts in all the ways that we were told are bad. I mean, to be clear, there are some things that are bad. Drugs are bad. Don't do drugs. But within your value system, within your belief system, your own personal value system and belief system, offer yourself comfort. Be okay with that, whatever it needs to be. Then, if you need to do those things again, allow yourself to do those things again. Feel sad, offer yourself some comfort. Hold yourself like you would a friend. And then, and only then, step 3. Pull yourself back out from the deep end of the pool. Dust yourself off. Pull up your bootstraps and get going. So I hope today was helpful and educational. And anyone out there listening, if this is a current episode, I would love some prayers for my eyes. So if you can offer any of them, some vibes, energy, or prayers, whatever fits for you, I would so appreciate them. I'm hoping that they heal. And if this is a later time and you're listening to this and my eyes have healed and I'm able to see clearly again, then you will know that I am loving the beauty that I can see, because it is all around us. There is so much beauty. It's not just sunsets and lakes. There is beauty in the grass. There is beauty in the way the front tree in your yard moves in the wind. There is beauty in your office. Beauty is everywhere. And I hope and I pray that I get to see it clearly again someday. So much love to you all. Have an amazing and beautiful day. Be kind and compassionate to yourself and find something beautiful to marvel at.